Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to my channel. But this is a sidebar from some of my content that I usually make. But everybody knows me knows I'm a huge fan of American Horror Story. So, I finally finished the most recent season, and Delicate, AHS Delicate, as I'm gonna put in the title. And I'm so annoyed. So let me get my rant aside. I'm annoyed with people. The ending was very twisty and turny. Okay. And I kept looking for others to see what their take is on the ending. And it's like everyone clickbait nonsense because everybody was recapping. I'm not recapping anything. I'm not recapping anything because if you're clicking on this, then you've already seen it. So you already know what happened. So I'm gonna give my interpretation of what I think um, the ending of the season for Delicate AHS Delicate is. So I'm thinking that and this is a spoiler alert. I mean, why would you click on something if it says the ending explained and not to expect to have spoilers? So if you are still watching and I'm telling you it's a spoiler, that's on you. Okay. Sassiness aside. Okay. So here's my take on the ending. So I'm thinking when the character that Emma Stone played, the main character Anna, when she gave birth and everything took place with the baby being like part demon and Siobhan being the demon person that she turned out to be like a Lilith type of a person, which as a person who has studied about Lilith and appreciates Lilith, um, I don't think that I don't appreciate the way that they made her kind of like almost venerate this man. And I don't know whether it was never really said whether he was fully man because he never said that he wasn't. Whereas usually, if they're kind of demonic, they will tell you that I'm not fully human. You know what I mean? I'm part demon or whatever, like a demi demon or whatever. I'm not sure, but at the end of the day, um, when Emma Roberts' character was, I guess, visited by Dax's wife that was murdered, who was a former part of the coven. Um, the reason why I feel like when she led her in the prayer, the reason why I feel like her saying the prayer combined with Dax's uh, previous wife's prayer. First of all, the combination of two prayers is more powerful. Like in a supernatural sense, when there's two, it's more powerful. Just like when there's three, the law of three, it's even more powerful, right? The third principle supernaturally that I was thinking is that it's about who says the prayer. Because Emma Roberts' character, I guess, or I forget her name, because I'm just kind of like just kind of like randomly doing this, impulsively, because I just need to get this out there because nobody else is saying this, right? So the other thing that is that who's saying it, and so in a supernatural community, you understand the principle of something called a chosen one. When a person is the chosen one, they have a mission. They're chosen. Okay. And her character to me represents the chosen one. That's why it was necessary for her to say it. And that's why it was necessary for her to go through everything she went through. She needed to see the hallucinations. She needed to experience the deception, the betrayal. All of those things are part of the initiation for a chosen one, no matter what path it is historically, in fiction. It's just that's just part of the path of the chosen one. And so it makes sense. People are like, oh, that's all it took was no. That it's not that that's all it took to disintegrate the demon that Siobhan was, which I don't think she's completely gone because in the Ryan Murphy universe, that's not really how it works anyway. Just like in a supernatural, she was done with that realm and everything that she had established got torn down because again, her character represents a chosen one. When someone is a chosen one, it's just like an apocalypse, you know, when the Antichrist comes to power, even though there were other powerful warlocks and witches and stuff like that, they are chosen for a specific task and a specific part of the story, basically. And so that's why her prayer worked and undid everything that was done. And then she is going to start her own coven because she understands the true principles of Lilith, the true principles of a matriarchy, without having to sacrifice the other witches, you know, without having to sacrifice other women, and also removing the nonsense that you can't have it all. Like, why is she self-centered just because she wanted her career as well as a loving partner, as well as wanting to be like that? That was nonsense. And when she fought against it, that was what needed to be ignited within her. So she needed to move past her fears. She needed to move past everything that happened to her to get initiated into her path as the chosen one and the new leader of, you know, of the next version of that coven. Also, another footnote is that when you give birth, a part of your DNA and a part of the baby's DNA stays with you. And this is something that they're discovering more and more, because I watched another reader, and I'm going to look for her information and put her YouTube information. And she was the only one that had anything of merit to say about the ending, because she compared the book with the show. I didn't read the book, but I watched hers, and she made a lot of sense, because she said that in the book, it was not devil worshippers or a satanic cult. They were witches, and they were doing the opposite. They were trying to help her. But the person who wrote the book that Delicate is based off of was making a statement about how healthcare is not something that's been supportive of women, especially Black women, or women of color, period. You know, Mexican, any woman of color in America has not been, you know, supported by it, as well as the feminist principles of how just women in general. Most of the healthcare for women has been by men, and they didn't really even bother to study women. You know, hysterics meant problems of the womb, and you know, it's just been crazy, that journey. So I say all that to say this, that when she was you know, getting the care during the, you know, during her health care and everything like that, she was, I'm losing track of my thought. Okay, so basically the bottom line is that the main character needed to be initiated in a way so that she could experience what she experienced, the betrayal and everything, so that she can move forward with a new way of, yes, showing that a woman can have it all, showing that it's okay to want the things that she wants. Oh, okay. So that's my tangent. Okay, so basically, to show that there's a part of that baby that's in her still. So even though that I think the spider actually represented the fact that you know, spiders weave a web. Spiders are predatory. She squashed the spider. She removed the spider from her baby, because that's not her goal. You shouldn't have to be predatory to establish your goals. That's another part of it that that she was showing. She does not want any parts of that. But she did keep the green shoes, because to me, now I take green to be a different metaphor. Green represents healing. Green represents the heart, you know, in esoteric and like, you know, Eastern studies. And so I just thought it was interesting that she kept the green shoes and that they were the color green, but they were studded, you know what I mean? And that studded means that you're protecting yourself from things being able to, you're bristly, you know, you have your armor up, right? But yeah, so we are finding out just recently that the DNA of your child stays within you for up to 30 years. And it's not really until you're like 30 years old that you really have that separation from your fetus. And so, having said that, she also has some of the, I guess, the demonic DNA, the part of her that was still there, because even though Siobhan had undone everything, I guess that energy was still there, but she kind of alchemized it. Because, oh yeah, green also represents alchemy. So yeah, so that's basically my take on it. I was just like, I need to put it out there. what I thought about the symbolism and the ending. I love this season. I think Ryan Murphy finally came back. I think it also, I think the cohesiveness got kind of lost because of the writer's strike that happened once again with this season, and how they kind of had to rush a little bit to kind of finish the production with all the other projects that he had going on and stuff like that. So I just wanted to put it out there. Thank you for clicking on to watch. Feel free to check out some of my other videos. Make sure you like and subscribe if you like the content or what have you. But this is my rant. And, I just wanted to put that out there as an explanation that I was thinking of for the ending of American Horror Story Delicate. And I wouldn't be surprised if maybe some elements come back into the next season, which is, I think, his final season, because, he does like covens, but he always manages to kind of intertwine covens with, like Satanism, which that is also a patriarchal nonsense. Historically, that has nothing to do with it. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this kind of comes back again, kind of like how he did with Covenant and in Apocalypse with Sarah Paulson, and how, so now Emma Roberts is, I guess, in this particular case, when it comes to the coven of helping women who are trying to give birth, because that's what the book was talking about, a coven that were helping women to create life and helping them on their journey of becoming a mom through pregnancy. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. Just wanted to put that out there. Hope you like it. Make sure you comment, and enjoy your day.